Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and MBs. Let's finish Heavensward. Let's try and distract ourselves from the fact that the world is a shitfest and everything's on fire and terrible. Soul Story makes solving conflict seem so easy, doesn't it? Alright, so in case you missed the stream earlier today, what happened? Oh yeah, the Warriors of Darkness passed it back into the live stream. The first, that it being the world they came from, was threatened by an avalanche, a torrent of pure light, which would have left it as an ephemeral void of nothingness. Kind of like the brains of some people I've met in my lifetime, and no one wanted that. But yeah, things are apparently better now. Papalimo and Yida are back. Like, you know, there's been a lot going on. There's been a busy time. And I also got to eat a full meal that didn't end up like being filled with rat poison or something. That was a real shocker. Also, I was last in the gold saucer cashing in my cat pots. I didn't get anything for it because it was bent like a dog's back leg. Right! Let's get back to Mordor and do the next set of quests. Also, this is now officially a beer stream. Clearly, I've already had too much to drink, and I'll just suck from this. And this is called a Scene Stealer. It's from Craft Siren Brew. So that's neat. 6% California IPA, which would make it a California Indian Pale Ale. I don't know how that works. Whatever. It's nice. It'll do. Oh, good God, we've got a meeting Tasser at the Diamond Forge and we get this ominous organ music. What on earth could Tasseru want there? I have no idea. What's going on? Tasseru, do you want to explain? You know, this is not the way I expected the Warrior of Light to meet their demise, but if it's going to be anyone, it's going to be Tasseru, I'm telling you. This is like the noises that happen whenever Tom gets the shit kicked out of him off screen by a dog. Could you not have just asked me? Oh. God, I'm a dude as well. I can only have been worse for the women. It better not be about my measurements. They just got taken. Give me some privacy, please. My spear is so big it doesn't even fit through a fucking door. Amazing.
We're here. Did we miss anything?
We would not presume to begin without you, Ida. Orianger has returned to the Waking Sands, but everyone else is now present.
Yes, but for what exactly? We all have duties to attend to, Alphino, so you may dispense with the preamble.
Cut to the chase.
Thank you, difficulties, eh? It is the very subject of those duties which compelled me to call this gathering. Though the warriors of darkness no longer pose a threat, Eorzea's many troubles demand no less of our attention. And while I stand by the decision to approach each task as we see fit, I fear our effectiveness will ultimately be diminished should we continue to act in ignorance of each other's efforts. Thus, I propose we elect a successor to Minfilia. Not to serve as a fully fledged antecedent, perhaps, but as a coordinator of operations.
Is that all? Oh, then the decision seems clear.
Not me. Not it. I don't talk. I keep to myself. Leave me be.
No one else has shown any enthusiasm for the role, and judging by your performance at our previous meeting, you would seem the perfect candidate. You always did have a flair for politics.
I did not mean to... That was not my intention.
Yep. You've put your foot in it now, haven't you, Alphino? So you better deal with it.
As commander of the Crystal Braves comprehensively demonstrated, I lack the qualities required for such an office. I would much prefer to remain as I am now, a soldier in the field, so to speak.
I will throw my carbuncle at my enemies.
Should none of our numbers step forward, must we then constrain some unwilling candidate to take up the position?
I remind of when you're in class or whatever, it's like, I need a volunteer from the audience or whatever, and no one thinks to just get picked out randomly anyway.
Well, based on merit alone, a certain adventurer would be my choice. Though I concede he might struggle to balance his new responsibilities with, let me see, slaying primals, thwarting legatuses, and feeding the orphan poor.
And also dealing with Hildebrand, but none of you know about that, and the less you know of it, the better.
Thancred makes a good point. Any who would wear such a mantle would be bound by its obligations. Have we not become sufficiently familiar with each other's methods to act without an overseer? At present, I see no cause to so willingly limit one of our number.
Oh my goodness! Help! I need some help here!
Well, go to it then! Jesus! Dude. Everyone just looks at each other dumbfounded. Useless morons. Ah.
Deshou, are you all right?
Me? I'm fine. It's this poor girl who just staggered in and collapsed on the floor that I'm worried about.
She wanted to volunteer.
God, how did... Yashola! Please, you have to help her.
Kral, a hand if you would. Let us see about closing these wounds.
Now, we've staunched the bleeding, but it may be a while before you can move about again. Though having seen your wounds, I'm surprised you are still moving at all. Thank you. My message. It was too important to delay. I took the shortest route I could, though I knew it was more heavily patrolled. As you can see, my efforts at evasion were not entirely successful.
Honestly, you're too brave for your own good. What was so urgent that you needed to fight half the Empire to get here? You could have been killed.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry, Ida. I had good reason. Ah, but I imagine your friends are wondering who this bloody mess of a Mikote is. My name is Minago, and I belong to the Alamegan Resistance.
Uh-oh.
I came to warn Ida and Papalimo about one of our leaders. A man who calls himself the Griffin. He's always been dangerous, but he's planning something new. Something reckless.
The Griffin, you say? I've heard the name. Rumor has it your man is eager to test his claws.
Aye, and on no easy target. He means to assault Belsar's wall from the Alamegan side.
But what does the Griffin possibly hope to gain from such an attack?
From what I understand, he wants the fires of war to spread to Eorzea. And for that, he needs to control the border with Gridania.
So, he means to spark a conflict between the Alliance and the Imperial forces stationed in Alamigo, to have Eorzea's armies aid in the liberation effort, whether they will it or no.
Oh, great.
His plan is flawed. Even should the resistance succeed in occupying the wall, they would not be able to hold it. Imperial reinforcements would drive them out within a week.
Be that as it may, if there is even a chance that this scheme could bring about an escalation in hostilities between Eorzea and the Empire, the Alliance must be informed.
Agreed. I shall depart for Limsa Lominsa forthwith and seek an audience with the Admiral. Thancred, Uldar is yours.
Yashol's voice, actually, I hope she did that in one take, because I still can't say Limsa Lominsa properly. I just imagine all the, like, if there was to be, like, behind-the-scenes stuff, bloopers. Fuck.
Alphino and Alize, make haste to the Twelveswood and notify the Elder Seedseer of the danger to Gridania. She would duly call a council of the Alliance leaders, whom you must be ready to receive. You will be our voice in Ishgard. Explain the situation to Sir Emmerich and encourage him to send an envoy. To Taru, Kryl, I leave the care of our injured messenger to you. See that she remains quiescent and her wounds closed.
Tie her down if you have to.
Everything. Let us be about our tasks.
Son of words, Yasol is taking charge and clearly should be the new one sent. Like all the person who close the proxy.
I suspect the ill tidings from Girabania will be held as a turning point. The beginning to a bloody end. The business of war was ever conducted with the coin of self-sacrifice. Twas Master Louis Soir himself who taught us that such costs are not to be ignored or denied. And so, I shall embrace them. When the time comes, I will make my choice, as you will yours.
Alright, let's make haste to Ishgard and get the call to arms underway. In fact, when I'm doing this, like, it would make more sense to go by the FNet, but oh shit, that sunset out, isn't it nice? It just occurs to me, by the way, this will probably be one of the last times that we see Ishgard, really. We'll pop back for quests and such, but I've been spending a lot of time here, of course, because it's been part of the Heavensward expansion. This is the closing quest line that will take us away from here to distant shores. It's been quite a ride. Alright, let's make this happen. To the gates of judgment we go. Good old Imeric. Looks like he's going to get to go on that adventure with us sooner rather than he thought. Let's just fly there, it's that close by. A familiar face. Shit. Pair of good lads, if ever I've seen him. Hopefully Dragonhead will be in good hands. Oh, poor Archifant. Gone but not forgotten. His death scene was the best part of the expansion by a long shot. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, there's been plenty of good things about Heavensward, plenty of things to celebrate and enjoy, but like that moment was brutal but brilliant. Alright, oh, it's Gridani then. It's a good old reunion. Surprisingly, there's no reference to me being a part of Maelstrom, like when Nola turned, like, she introduced me as, like, captain or anything, but, doesn't really matter. Well, everyone's here.
I bid you welcome, my friends. As you will by now be aware, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have come into possession of certain intelligence concerning recent developments in the region of Gyr Abania. It springs, I am assured, from an unimpeachable source. Is that not so, Master Alphino?
Indeed, Elder Seedseer. Our information comes directly from a member of the Resistance's inner circle, and we have no cause to doubt its veracity.
This Griffin of theirs is a fool if he thinks he can hold Belsar's wall against the Empire.
Well, what if he doesn't intend to do that at all?
When the Imperials move to take it back, they will come in force. And the resulting fighting is all but certain to spill over into the Black Shroud.
At the Battle of Cartano, the combined might of 3 grand companies labored to contend with the remnants of but a single Imperial legion. Alone, Gridania would be hard-pressed indeed to hold back the tide, should the Garleans turn their minds from reclamation to invasion.
May I once more convey my nation's deepest regrets for our inaction in the days prior to the calamity. 'Tis a stain upon our ledger that I would fain remove.
You're super polite, Emmerich. It's not your fault.
Elder Seedseer, I do hereby request leave to deploy a defensive force within the borders of Gridania. Ishgard's return to the Alliance shall be honoured by more than mere ink upon parchment.
Careful though, I don't want to seem too provocative.
The Doman people too would join any effort that weakens our common foe. We are few, but our most seasoned shinobi are at your disposal.
On behalf of my people, I offer you my humble thanks. Gridania welcomes your assistance.
I'm just thinking back to how Ishgard, like they mentioned, they were a nation of warriors, and now with the Dragon Song War over, well, I imagine they're all probably itching for a different fight.
It is time
and this is a
we set
just
our
one.
Contingency plans in motion. Is the Alliance agreed? Then let us make ready for war. Victory favors the swift. There is much to be done.
The Council knows that Alamigo will not soon be wrested from the Empire, and its decision to bolster the border's defences seems eminently practical. Why then, brother, do you scowl so?
I agree that they have chosen the wisest course available. Indeed, the only reasonable one. Yet something feels awry. In making ready for war, is the Alliance not granting the Griffin the very thing he desired? Any attempt to hold the wall is doomed to failure, aye. But I wonder if we have misjudged the prize for which he plays.
I see. Yeah. Alpha could be onto something here, I reckon. Maybe this is exactly what the Griffin wants. After all, it's been noted multiple times that he can't hold Baelsar's wall on his own. But if his intent is just to have war ignite between the Empire and the Alliance, then, well, that's exactly what he wants. Like, of course he's not going to hold the fucking wall. Oh dear. We're on the precipice now, aren't we? Can I just say, by the way, I really like this song. This nice, like, little chill, like, downtime music. It's great. Ah, Yugiri's, like, always watching. Alright, back to Mordana we go. Ooh. We're gonna have the scrambled eggs again. What is even going on over there? You know what? Let's not think about that. Yeah, I'm just gonna ignore that. Moving on. Everyone's just staggering and injured. Alice, Fancred earlier in the expansion, and now Nago, like... No one can just simply walk in and say, yeah, I haven't been injured at all, and I've got some bad news. Well, you're going to hold the fort here, we're going to topple the fort over there. Like, it's all about the forts, you know? Alright, Hawthorne it is. Including a cocktail. Edith's just really great behind the bar. Happily, it's just like, oh, do I have to deal with this shit all the time? There we go. Is that... Oh, shit, Hilda's here as well. You had to say it. He had to say it. It's been all really quiet, and then oops. Oh, fuck. So we've got a repeat of what happened at the end of Rome Reborn. It's just in a different stroke. Like, oh, got people wearing, like, you know, these outfits. Oh, fucking hell. That's the first time she's ever been called that in, like, in her entire life. Well, we're up shit creek without the pedal now, aren't we? But just like, oh, fuck. Let's say these attackers are not doing too bad all told, though. But what if the cost is Alamigo itself? Like, be careful what you wish for there, Mr. Griffin, sir. Oh. Right, looks like it's time to make for the wall. Right, I'm going to nip away for a second for a bathroom break while the queue's going to pop and also grab another beer. Don't adjust your Twitch.tv settings. I'll be back in just a little minute. And I am back. Thank you very much, everyone, for waiting. Let's grab myself a Opaque Reality Mango and Passion Fruit Milkshake IPA. Well, waiting for this cue to pop. We already have 2 DPS as it happens. I'm going to go and fly a little closer. Oh, that's about as close as I'm getting by the look of it. Alright then, we'll hang fire for a bit. Oh, Odin's just here, by the way. That is very clearly, by the way, a boss that's meant to be fought with like a massive group of people, so we'll give that a miss. Don't want to die before sending the wall and all that. Only end poorly. Alright, hopefully it's not too long until the queue pops. This will probably be the last time I'm going to play the Dragoon for the story, by the way. Because this has been the expansion of the Dragoon, like, so that's why I decided to level the class. But, well, we're done with the dragons. Doesn't mean I can't. Of course, the Dragoon's skills are useless, but I think it might be worth considering switching to something else in the near future, you know what I mean? Just hinting at something there. So I'm planning on fighting Odin? I wonder. Oh shit. Nope, I'm out. Fuck that. Well, that happened. Res me, please! Res me! Ah, well. Might as well back to lower decks then. So yeah, don't fuck with Odin, he will kill you dead! I did not realise he was going to do that. That was awfully rude of him. Well, we'll just wait here for the queue to pop then, I guess. Hopefully I don't have to wait too much longer. Let's get our gear fixed up before we head off. Oh, there we go. Let's do this. Final dungeon of Heavensward, if I'm not mistaken. What the hell is that? Right, let's get to work then. We have a Reaper, a Paladin, and a person with buddy ears. We've got this! It's called a Pugnax, because of course it is. Yeah, quite why our heal is taking so much... Oh dear, this is off to a bad start. Yeah, that's great. Hopefully we don't get a repeat of that. Well, our heal's dying already, which is just not off to a good start. Alright, that was better. Yeah, I'm not entirely clear why I'm tanking this one here, but whatever. Alright, let's first boss. Let's see how this goes. That was rude. Got him. Oh, heck. I mean, none of that. That'll do. Well, they're keeping us busy, that's for sure. Oh, great. Fair enough then. Well, just have to hit silent sight for a moment then. Oh, they're alright though. Next boss, I guess. Please don't go in there, it's gonna end badly. Let's just wait for a healer to turn up. Oh, we got a new healer. Well, let's just wait for Marco to turn up, and then we'll go and take out this Final Fantasy XIV boss. Sorry, do my combo, the bastard. Alright, gotta hold on this one. Yeah, no chance. Oh, I see how it is. I'll never get bored of that, by the way. That's why Genie and Dragoon is awesome. It's just the mobility. The backflips. Oh, they got a full-blown gunship there, have they? Okay. Oh boy, the Goon Squad has arrived again! Gathering them all up, I guess. Oh, flaming heck. That one works out okay, though, to be fair. There's the fucking griffin. Ilbert! You shit! Oh, you're for another round of punishment then? I'll give Ilbert some credit though, he's fucking leveled up.
gremlin! Sloppy! For Alamigo! I have you now. How'd you like this? Yeah!
Not a chance, mate. That was awesome. You practiced well a little bit, but you still weren't up to par. Wow, wow. No fist bump, we're just all very dour about this.
You've beaten me, aye. But you cannot stop what I've begun. Behold, a glimpse of things to come.
A preview of the next expansion, if you will.
We did it! We showed the bastards!
Aye! Victory is ours!
And who knows, lads? Mayhap the Eorzeans will finally see sense when the enemy turns up on their bloody doorstep.
This is for Alamigo, for Eorzea.
Laurentius, what are you doing?
They die that others may live.
Oh, fuck. Don't do it, dude. Oh, it's you, you little shit. I remember you. I'm gonna kick you like a football one day.
Vanguards! Attack!
Seven hells. Do you hear that?
I already took down one of those, so I have to do another, really.
War machines. How did they get here so quickly?
Stand your ground! For the resistance!
Bloody hell, that was gruesome.
There's nowhere to run. We're cut off.
Jesus.
Gods help us! What were we thinking? The Empire's too big. Too powerful.
mighty Ralker. Grant us the strength to crush our...
Uh-oh. We saw that with Garbu, though, like... Yep, this is only getting one way.
There you are.
As you can see, our infiltrators did not elude me for long. Lady Ugiri is sending for an airship even as we speak.
What do we do? This is a massacre!
How wonderful to see you, Commander.
Smug little shit.
Illbird. I should have known. This has to end. It has to end now. Do you not see your countrymen dying? Have your ideals rendered you blind even to that? Order the retreat, and we will help your soldiers to safety.
Retreat? With the moment of my triumph so close at hand? You truly are a sheltered child, Leveilleur.
Oh, shit.
Nidhogg's eyes. No abyss is too deep for you, I see. But trust me when I say that such power was not meant for mortal hands.
How long have I struggled to reach this point? My countrymen, so inured to the taste of defeat, they no longer balk at its bitterness, shouting my throat raw with rallying cries, only to be greeted with dull eyes and blank faces. My brothers and sisters in Ulda have surrendered to their apathy and their appetites. Were it not for the glint of Lodorito's coin, I doubt even those here now would have answered my call. Take back our homeland! Free Alamigo! Ha! They'll happily mouth the words, but they won't spill the blood. You say no mortal should wield these eyes? Then I shall gladly become a demon. I will suckle on the souls of the hopeless and liberate the homeland they no longer deserve.
What exactly do you mean to do?
Start juggling.
Did you hear their cries as victory was snatched away from them? Even with their dying breaths, they cursed the Empire. Never has their desire for vengeance been so raw, so true. A god has no need of faith when summoned by so pure a purpose.
Again, as we saw foreshadowed with Garbu.
Summoned?
It's all set up.
You cannot mean to fight the Empire with a primal. You know full well the danger, the futility of relying on such power.
Oh yes, I know their limitations. Which is why I will call upon a deity more terrible than the very black worm of the calamity itself.
What? Here? Now?
You know, I'm a Dragoon. I could totally shish kebab both of those eyes right now and put an end to this, and that's the end of the rest of the story. I'm just going to stand there. He just got it covered, though. Yeah, Ilbert's definitely been putting in the training since I last saw him. He was just some schmuck who got punked in the dungeon that, at the start of Heavensward, and now he's like, yeah, I got the armor, I got the agility.
You shall have it all!
Neat. Oh shit, I didn't mean to fall this far! Well, unless he's planning on summoning the floor ketchup demon, I don't know what that accomplished. Uh-oh. Cripes. I mean, you've even gone full, like, dark shading on this as well. This is starting to look... this is starting to look like, Why can't I not remember it? Spec Ops The Line, almost. That's not a good colour, really, is it? Yeah, that's bad. So yeah, having sacrificed so many people to fuel this is basically a repeat of Forden's plan of sorts.
This light, is it...
His death completed the ritual. The primal is taking shape.
Well, can't we stop it? There must be something we can do.
I don't know.
There is one thing.
What? Hey, where do you think you're going?
Master Louisoix briefly contained Bahamut by means of a potent spell of sealing. I will now attempt to do the same.
You know, Pablimo, like, when Louisoix did that, it didn't end well for him. He kind of, sort of, died horribly, badly.
It's impossible! We would need hours to collect the necessary ether, if not days.
Ah, but...
Alphino, though I concede it may not always be apparent, I was ever your grandsire's finest pupil.
Keep Marty, of course! The staff still holds enormous power, broken or not.
Don't you dare, Pablimo. I know how that spell works.
This, by the way, is the chorus, I think, from the Heavensward theme, if not mistaken, just in a much lower and darker key.
It is time to leave.
Quite right. Quickly now, off you go. The further away, the better.
No! If you're staying, then so am I.
No, Ida. There is a path only you can walk, and it must not end here. Not like this. Take her! Please, you have to take her!
Pablimo, what are you planning on doing? Yeah, Thancred knows.
What? No! Damn it, Thancred! Put me down! Thancred!
This is one battle you cannot fight. Away with you! Go!
You might want me here to fight a primal, I don't know. We've already lost too many of the Scions, I'm not letting another one go. I don't know if that'll fight. Ah, dang it.
I think he means now!
I bid thee farewell again, my dear Ida. Now, let us see how good a student I truly was.
Ah, dear. Great way it's true, by the way. They've modelled these spell exactly the same. Oh no, not that! Oh, not that expression! You fuckers. Square Enix, you absolute fuckers. Even the same expression, the same spell, that's the way it looks, all the way down to that fucking cutscene. Oh. Well, Pablimo. Yeah, let's talk about what just happened. I don't talk, I got nothing. Moonbreeder, Infilia, and now Papalimo. All in the bonfire, so to speak. I mean, just as we're all getting sailed back into the Rising Stones after all of our Ishgardian adventures, and then history repeats itself, just with slightly different context. Anyway. We'll leave the Dragoon behind for now. You can put it that way. And I thought you were all against formalities, Sir Alice. And once again, the Scions have been left with a Pyrrhic victory and just bad news all around. Anyway, once again, I'm going to plead patience. I'm going to nip away just for a quick drink and also for another bathroom break. I'll be back momentarily and we'll continue with the remaining quests, main story quests that is, of Heavensward. Thank you very much everyone for watching.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, everyone, for waiting. Let's pick up where we left off. Oh, gonna have another council already. I know that between the last quest and this one, there was of course a patch, so an indeterminate amount of time passed. But still, just I chuckle thinking about that. Like, poor fucking Amaric at this point has barely even made it back to Ishgard. He's got to immediately U-turn, go back. Hey! How's it going, Ed? Hope you're doing alright, Macy. Just closing in on the conclusion of the Heavensward main story quests. This is actually the last block of them. And who might this guy be? He's arriving at the, docks near Horizon, where we first met Yugiri, actually, comes to think of it. He looks like a tough motherfucker, I'll say that.
A word, if you would, good sir. This place, it is within the realm of Eorzea.
You're an odd-looking fellow, aren't you? Still, takes all sorts, I suppose. This here's Vesper Bay, Thanalan's door to the ocean, as some folk like to call it.
Am I to understand from your answer that I have indeed arrived in Eorzea?
This poor kid's just withering in front of him.
Hey? Yes? You're in Eorzea?
At least 12 foot tall, built like a brick shithouse.
A plain response at last, and the one I wanted at that. My journey was not without its hardships, and I would sooner travel by land than put to sea again.
If only...
You do not believe that so small a bark could bear me across the ocean? Such timid little sailors. I had but to set my course and set my jaw till I made port.
With a jaw that big, it probably took him at least an hour to get it set.
Though, 'twould perhaps have been wise to lay down my oars a moment to sup on more than the spray of brine water. By the trembling of my limbs, I sense a brief repast may be in order. Nay, I will not hearken to the feeble grumblings of an empty belly. Duty comes before all.
This guy's got big Heihachi Mishima energy, except less like wanting to murder his sons and more just like behold my... Oh, never mind. Oof.
Good man. Are you alright?
I'm surprised the entire dock didn't collapse when he fell over. And Arianja's there like, nope, don't care.
Thou art far indeed from home, friend.
Good, I'm glad. I'm glad you're doing okay, Ed. Right, back to the Black Shroud to go and have another meeting with the Alliance to discuss how right royally things have been screwed up. Got Nason Primal, fed from like the spirits of many dead people, the eyes of Nidhogg, and Ilbert's massive douchebaggery, ready to pop on the border between Gridania and Alamigo. Things are pretty bad. Heavensward has been really good. There have been some bits that I've thought weren't great, or had flaws. But overall, as an anti-war story, it's been rock solid. And with some great character moments nonetheless as well. Definitely feels like a more confident production than Realm Reborn was. But of course, Realm Reborn, the way it was like, the reason it was like that was because, of course, that was following the reinvention of the game when it was a diabolical shit stain. So there you go.
Dear friends,
Pray accept my heartfelt thanks for your efforts in defense of Gridania's borders. I would fain dwell longer on my gratitude for the support of the Alliance, but the situation at Belsar's Wall demands that we forego such pleasantries.
According to our most recent intelligence, the cocoon of light that formed in the air above the wall remains undimmed and unbroken. After measuring the cocoon's etheric concentrations, Archon Y'shtola has confirmed the presence of a primal entity.
So we must assume that Ilbert's thrice damned god is indeed trapped within. And what news of the Imperials? They're not like to ignore such a spectacle.
Sir, a Garlean airship was observed making an approach, but the vessel was destroyed when it drew near. The Empire appears to have made no subsequent attempts to reach the object.
The soldiers who witnessed the incident spoke of a lance of light issuing from within the cocoon. Of an entire warship being reduced to smoking ruin in the space of a moment.
All the soldiers on the ship were just 2 days from retirement as well. It was just that tragic.
Veterans of Cartano, meanwhile, likened the destruction to that wrought by the fiery wrath of Bahamut.
We could face another calamity.
Ilbert really has thrown a spanner in the works, hasn't he?
So the Primal is awake then? Contained, yes, but for how long? We must destroy it now, lest it break free.
Agreed. There is, however, the small matter of how to get close enough to a being that swats warships from the sky as you would a bothersome gnat.
Yeah, not exactly a most fertile ground for ideas here.
Is this truly so complex a puzzle? Or have you no stomach for the obvious solution?
Oh, fucking hell.
What in the hells are you doing here?
A pleasure to see you too, Garland. Now, if you'd be so kind as to explain to these good people why you should be begging me for my assistance, that would be most appreciated.
Nero, like, go just take a maximum strength dose of fuck off. Local pharmacists will see you to it, you know? I remember you from the Crystal Tower and how much of a non-help you were.
Who is this man?
Oh, where do you want us to begin, Imric? Do you want us to start with the fact that he's a tool or a twat? Both of those are four-letter words beginning and ending. Oh, sorry, beginning with T, rather. So, yeah, you know, we can pick and choose here.
Oh, how terrifically rude of me. Nero Tolskeva, former tribunus of the 14th Legion of the Garlean Empire. These days, however, one might say that I'm something of a free agent.
I'm surprised he's not literally handing out business cards with his name on it, and which says underneath, Nero Tolskeva, better than Sid Garland. I can just see that being his fucking business card.
What do you want, Nero?
I was getting to that. Although you already know what I'm about to propose, old friend. As you have rather belatedly realized, within that frail binding lurks an entity alike in strength to the great Bahamut, and the only force in existence which might conceivably contend with such a foe is the very creation which captured the Elder Primal in the first place. I speak, of course, of Omega.
Excuse me. That was me coughing on Nero's bullshit because, I mean, this is the Omega weapon. Are you really thinking it's a great idea to unleash the Omega weapon? It's like that meme that's been going around about, oh, maybe I shouldn't create the Torment Matrix. Oh, look, I made the Torment Matrix and things are bad. Oh my god.
Omega? That hulk has been gathering dust beneath the plains of Cartanau since the Allagans breathed their last. And none alive knows how to wake it.
I'm sorry. Do you understand who it is with whom you have the privilege of speaking? I'm Nero Tolskeva, Master Engineer, the mechanical genius who restored the Ultima weapon to full operational capacity.
The man with an ego bigger than Omega weapon itself.
And as luck would have it, I'm graciously offering you the use of my considerable expertise.
He's going to start telling us how much he charges by the hour.
And what, you just expect us to accept? You're a fool if you think your deeds at the Crystal Tower are enough to win my trust, Nero.
Trust? You wound me, Garland. All those years studying side by side at the Academy, sharing both trial and triumph, we were countrymen once, you and I.
Yeah, and I remember how exceptionally salty you were when you were kicking off with poor Sid as we were about to destroy the Ultimate weapon, saying like, you had everything, wah wah wah, Sid Garsman, wah wah wah.
But sentiment aside, have you a better solution? Or do you mean to send in your vaunted hero there, as you always do, and pray the world is not engulfed in flame?
It's a better plan than whatever you've got to come up with.
Let us approach the problem in a rational manner. Does not the fact that Omega slumbers in stasis point to the existence of some overriding technology? A means of control?
I would ask a question, if I may. Nero, was it not? In the event that we succeeded in using Omega to shackle the Primal in the manner you propose, what then would become of it? Do we not risk repeating the mistakes of the Allagans?
Well, we're going to just end up saying the plot of Final Fantasy XXVIII in motion, where a moon will drop and unleash this newbound Primal after we've banished it to the stars.
Omega
in much the
is
same
a
way.
tool. How we choose to employ that tool is entirely up to us. Of course, if you would rather leave it buried beneath Cartanau while you continue your petty squabbles above, then I suppose that is also your choice.
By the way, I just had a random thought upon saying, imagine if Nero was voiced by Bob Odenkirk doing his best Better Call Saul impression. In fact, Better Call Nero. Just imagine that series.
Spare us, Nero. The Seedseer's concern is a valid one. He who controls Omega wields the power of the gods, the very power which led the Allagans to destroy themselves.
And does it not fall to we engineers to prevent such misuse? What was your company's proud slogan? Freedom through technology?
A creed you follow, is it?
I'm just waiting for Merlwyb just to shoot him. Which is just like, I'm had enough of this shit.
What say you? Do we take this villain at his word?
Don't look at me. I can't talk.
As will I. I don't like it, but then it doesn't look like we have much choice. Would the Council be willing to entrust this matter to a pair of former Imperials?
Yes. The task of restoring the Allagan relic will be yours. But the responsibility for its reawakening must remain with the Council. Do we condone this course of action?
Fuck it.
Aye. It would seem we do. Let the record show that we invest this contingent with the authority to enter Cartanau and take command of Omega. Sid, I appoint you leader of the expedition. Scions, I would ask that you assign some few of your number to escort Master Garland and supervise the other one.
And don't let him touch anything. The moment Nero starts pushing buttons, we're all going to die.
We should be happy to oblige. The politics of Cartano being what they are, I dare say our neutrality will prove useful in avoiding any unnecessary entanglements.
We wouldn't want to engage in PvP activities now, would we?
If I am not mistaken, Doma occupies a similarly neutral position. Might we not persuade you to join the expedition, Lady Yugiri? If you suspected any foul play from Nero, you would be welcome to kill him.
You know what? This is why I like Alice. She speaks a lot of sense. I can get behind this plan. I love how she's just looking sideways, Nero, like... It's not a question of if she's going to stab him, but where she's going to stab him.
You'll forgive me if I do not shake your hand.
Oh, a smile like a piranha. Something you can trust them and definitely won't bite you. Hey, at least I'm getting free music for doing all these quests. And a random box of stuff, okay. Nope, can't jump over that, never mind. Also, the camera's flipping the fuck out with those ceiling beams there. Nero, just dude, if you want to ever speak, just spend a week preparing a PowerPoint and we'll then ignore it at our leisure. Yeah, again, it's like Ed says, like, Alice says he's got the right of it. I'm just looking forward to the excuse to either hitting Nero with ice or fire magic, and maybe a bit of thunder sprinkled in for flavour. Alright. Just to fly my throne, arms crossed, looking like I don't agree with any part of this plan whatsoever. It seems really stupid to unleash the Omega weapon! I mean, it's not exactly called, like, you know, the Primal Trap or anything like that. You know, it's not like a giant Pokeball. It is literally the Omega weapon. It is bad news. It's not there to make things smell like freshly scented potpourri. It's just all going to end badly. It's a bar, Nero, and a lounging area.
So these are the fabled headquarters of the Scions. I confess I would have expected an order of self-proclaimed warrior scholars to surround themselves with the fruits of man's enlightenment. And yet there's not so much as a single piece of magitech in sight. It never ceases to amaze me how primitive you Eorzeans truly are.
Nero, we've got at least 3 different toilets we can dunk your head in. Shut the fuck up.
I'll have you know that the Rising Stones is home to the very latest in Magitech innovation.
I mean, I have a Magitech Deathclaw mount. I can in theory use that to pick Nero up and just drop him from, like, a great height. It's like the best crane game ever invented.
Wedge calls it the Mark 14 Thermocoil Boil Master, and it's the finest kettle I've ever had the pleasure to own.
We are returned. Well, Ida and I, at least. Ishtola and the others remain behind to continue their assessment of the binding magic.
There didn't seem much point staying just for that, so I decided to come back with Alphino. Papalimo bought us this time. We shouldn't waste it.
By your leave!
Good God, that voice could fell a gigas.
I like to believe this guy literally walks in a dead straight line. Like, you know, you could be going up a vertical cliff. Nope, just walk straight through it. Giant, like, Marlboro monster, just walk straight through it. No,
This is the Rising Stones, domicile of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I enter at the invitation of one Lord Urianger.
How much food did this guy eat before he left? Did he, like, just literally eat an entire cow whole?
I spy you there, Shadow Walker. You always were a hard one to find.
Yugiri, do you know this man?
Oh. Yeah, everyone stand aside! Oh, God. I thought he was going to literally pick...
Why are you come to Eorzea?
I thought he was going to pick her up and just crush her like in a gigantic bear hug. So she was nothing more than a pile of jelly.
For days and nights did I row across the angry sea. I made port in good spirits, only for my own flesh to betray me over the trifling matter of an empty belly. Collapsed in the street like an unfed stray I was, until Lord Urianger came to my aid.
I want to believe that Gosetsu just gets bigger in every scene he's in, like, just to buy a tiny amount.
Over a most welcome meal, we spoke of the plight of Doma, and I learned of our displaced countrymen's work to resettle this blighted land. 'Twas blind fortune that I was able to locate you so swiftly. But now we must make ready to depart. Our master languishes in dire peril, and Doma calls her daughter home.
Doma calls her daughter to install the next expansion pack.
It is not so simple, Gosetsu. There are obligations which bind me here.
You refuse? Did you mislay your oath during your flight from our homeland? The laws of hospitality must be honored, but surely the vow to defend your master demands the greater obeisance.
What is Nero's face there? What is that fucking face that he's making? I just can't get over it. Like, he's looking sideways on, but he's got like this look. It's just so...
It was our master who bid me guide our people to safe haven by any means necessary. And it was the scions you see before you who provided us succor and sanctuary when all others refused. Dire peril or no, were I to return without first repaying such hospitality, our master would cut me down at the threshold.
Mayhap that is so.
There is more. A crisis threatens all within this realm, Eorzean and Doman alike, and I go to play my part in its resolution. I will not bring shame upon our liege by abandoning my people or my duty.
So, my Aura character is pretty tall. Like, Aura characters, generally speaking, are quite tall. And by most cutscenes up to this point, like, I've always been looking downwards at other characters, and this is the first time I recall him looking upwards, like, shit, this dude is built.
How very noble of you. Now, in the name of honor, kinship, and, yes, practicality, might I suggest we get this expedition underway? Or would you rather debate the finer points of duty and leave Omega to the Empire?
You know, if Nero has an unfortunate accident where he falls off the edge of the airship as we travel to Carcino, will anyone care? Nah.
The Empire! You, Giddy? You draw steel against the curse of Garlemald? Then why did you not say so? My blade is oath-bound to fall upon the ranks of the Imperials wheresoever they march. Lead on, Shadow Walker, and may the enemy tremble at our coming.
They'll be trembling at Gosetsu's coming, they'll hear him a mile off. I really like this guy, by the way. He's great. Oh yeah, when you saw my measurements by knocking me out with a blackjack. Tassery making outfits for the gang has been a consistent thing, and I'm glad that we get that moment. Hey, looking sharp! With a cool monocle, no less, as well. Although you can see the fact my tail doesn't quite look right on that. Good on you, Tassery. Yeah. Now that's what I call business casual. Yeah. But unfortunately, I'm going to put the outfit away for now as we continue on to the next set of quests. I think Gosetsu could, like, literally arm wrestle 4 people at once. Like, 2 people under one arm, 2 people under another. He's the kind of guy I could see people making memes out of in, like, Chuck Norris style. Alright. Let's go speak with Sid. Check that crystal tower in the distance. Best thing you see when you fly out of this exit is great. Ooh, are we about to go into battle, hey? Because I see that glowing thing around Sid. You know, Gosetsu's been inspiring, if I do say so myself. You know, he's a samurai. Wouldn't it be cool? Would it not be cool if we could be a samurai? Well, spoilers, let's be a samurai. If we're going to be travelling eastwards in Stormblood after all, we might as well be ready for it. Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready to show you something that you've not seen before.
Now, where was that? Ah. I've enabled the teleporter. One brief jump and we shall arrive in Omega's control room.
How convenient. You've been here before.
It's very nice of the Allagans not to have two-factor authentication on any of their technology.
Of course. It was no easy task threading a path through all the skirmishes.
All I can think of is, like, it's going to send, like, please verify your address, like, by sending it to an email that's not been active for 20,000 years.
Ignore the existence of such a fascinating toy. You may trust that my preliminary examination was suitably thorough.
Trust? Aye. I trust your appetite for technology.
Oh, so a bunch of party crashes.
And who should I find but the traitor, Sid Garland? Searching for something, engineer? Something big? It's close, isn't it?
Well, that would be you, because we just found you, big boy. Or do you want to fight? With that fucking meat tenderizer you've got there.
It's like all my name days have come at once.
And your death day will come next.
Of all the scouts the Empire could have sent. Take care of that brute, will you?
With pleasure. Nero, you dickhead!
God damn it. Can't let Nero tinker around in there by himself. I'm sorry to leave you to it, but I dare say you'll manage without me. This clod has no idea who he's dealing with.
I am Gosetsu, Samurai of Doma. You will rue your choice of opponent this day.
Yeah. Let's go.
This one'll sting.
With soul and steel.
You watching, Cavallero?
Your defense is nothing.
Look upon a samurai of Doma.
No holding back.
Leave this to me.
Is my right to strike?
Oh. Please. Like that's ever mad. The red fucking Baron! Nero, you... Oh, jeez Louise. I'll allow it, I guess.
This one'll sting.
An opening.
I have you.
retreat. No surrender.
With soul and steel.
At least in the Gimli line, it only counts as one.
It's all over now.
Leave this to me.
I'll take that as far as position is concerned.
You watching, Papalimo?
Your defense is lacking.
Tis my right to strike.
Yeah, you said you were going anywhere.
This one'll sting.
No retreat. No surrender.
With soul and steel.
Nice. That's how we do it. So yeah, I have been secretly leveling Samurai on the side, and Samurai is really fun actually, I quite like it. Nero's here reading the instructions, it's like assembling IKEA furniture.
Disengaged. All systems operational. Garland?
All clear on this side. It's waking up.
Needs to be making the Transformers noise, really, to be quite honest.
Remarkable. Omega sensors immediately detected the presence of the cocoon, even at this distance. They must have been set to scan for sources of energy exceeding certain magnitudes.
I still don't see any means to control the machine directly. It seems to have been designed to act wholly autonomously. Once we release Omega, we can be fairly certain it will attempt to capture the Primal at Belsar's Wall. Assuming its mission is successful, our only option at that point will be to re-engage its stasis system and put it back to sleep.
It's like locking a car when you have the remote thing, it goes doot doot, like that.
And should the machine happen to misbehave, we'll simply initiate an emergency shutdown. I confess we don't yet have a complete grasp of its capabilities, but I'm certain the details will not elude us for long.
This is not reassuring at all. That's like saying, oh, I'm sorry that the nuclear reactor melted down, but I'll read the manual after it happened.
Well, I understood less than half of that. So, my question to you is, are we doing the right thing?
Probably not.
What do I think? All right. Step aside, Sid.
Yes, that's the one.
Well, she is a pugilist if she wants to punch that button. I mean, there's no one better suited for it here.
You gave too much for us to waste this chance, Papalimo. So this is for you. And me.
You can't go wrong with a big red button, though.
Yes! Fly free, my pretty! Show us what you can do.
I think you didn't say that quite right now. It was sort of, fly free, my prissy! Needs to sound more Wizard of Oz-like.
The launch sequence has begun. Omega is loose.
Oh, that's pretty flashy. Also, Omega is a spider tank. Okay. Yeah, that looks pretty Bahamut-like to me. I can't shake him! I can't shake him! That's not a good sign at all. Suddenly I have a refreshing mint flavour. Yes, we're gonna fire two lasers together? I think we are. Hell yeah. I'm sorry, but if you have two giant lasers, you have to shoot them at each other to see if they cancel each other out. I would hate to be a guy just herding sheep around there and seeing that, be like, oh, you didn't get up for this shite. Not entirely convinced that did the trick, to be quite honest.
Huh? Omega has stopped transmitting. But that shouldn't be. I didn't engage the stasis system.
And what does this signify? I have little understanding of these contrivances.
Well, let's just check the troubleshooting manual. Okay, when Omega stops transmitting, please go through these following steps. Have you tried turning it on and off again?
The launch went exactly to plan, but all signals emanating from Omega have ceased. This may indicate any number of things, but we will need to join the Scions out in the field if we are to ascertain which one.
Yugiri, just kill him. It'll just make my day better.
Right. I've ordered a malfunctioning beast to go to sleep. That should prevent any unfortunate mishaps. I suggest we make our way back to Gridania.
I'm leaving you for this, Eda. You're the one who pushed the button. Also, what?
Omega destroyed the cocoon. Papalimo's spell is fading. It was bound to his ether, you see. And if the connection is broken...
Oh, right. Well, hopefully Gridania is not a smoking wasteland after that. Oh, no, it looks pretty okay. Like I say, you either push the button, it's all on her. I don't mean to, like, you know, push her under the bus, so to speak, but just saying. Shinryu, Oh, Nero. Can someone just, like... Can someone just lamp him? Insufferable piece of shit. Well, let's see what's left of the wall after that complete clusterfuck. At least it's daytime, so we'll be able to have a good view of it. Just want to see what you'd had to say, but it was nothing, so I thought, no, I'll just jump off the tower, break my legs.
My friends, I cannot well express how glad I am to see you both unharmed. They say that Omega's clash with the Primal shook the very firmament.
It was awesome.
You need not have worried. The battle took place far above the ground. We were able to observe in relative safety, though I'm given to understand that there were casualties on the far side of the wall.
It was like watching a nightmare unfold before our very eyes. Ilbird's primal manifested in the form of a colossal dragon, a being of pure violence. It burst forth from the cocoon with such terrible force.
That such a horror should spring from the eyes of Nidhogg comes as no surprise. Nor do I wonder at its form. Ilberd all but announced it in the moments prior to his death. Plainly, it was his dying wish to visit a second calamity upon the Empire.
Well, if there's anything that Heavensward as an expansion stars, though, is that vengeance, like, it's not something that can be finely honed among a single target. It will clash out and destroy everything around it, and so this final, like, message from the expansion about that is, hey, Ilberd summoned a primal that is an avatar of vengeance, much the same as we saw with Tyson previously. But it'll just wreck everything. Indeed, it cost the lives of his own countrymen to make that happen.
Certain the abomination would have obliged had it not found itself outmatched by Omega. Gods! I am no stranger to the works of Alag, but even I was unprepared for the machine's furiosity. It beggared belief.
It's called Omega. What did you expect it to do? Spin cotton candy? I'd be let down if it did do any half of what it did there.
And how fares poor Ida in the midst of all this? Have you spoken with her?
She is up on the platform, lost in thought. We deemed it best not to disturb her, but mayhap she would welcome some company after all. Shall we?
The light's gone. It was all we had left of him.
Ida.
I don't blame anyone. I knew what was going to happen. I knew the spell Papalimo meant to cast would drain away his life force. I knew that it would only buy us a little time.
Ida, there is no need to explain.
But there is. I can't hide in Papalimo's little
Say
tower
what?
anymore, and I shouldn't hide behind my sister's mask.
Wait, she's Minfilia's sister? Oh, fuck. No wonder she's been having such a fucking rough time of things. Damn. I mean, just as Ilbert's mask fell to reveal who he truly was, we now see Ida's mask fall as well. Parallels! Good writing! Crazy, I know!
The day the Empire marched into Alamigo, I was still just a child. Not even 5 summers old. My father had been one of the leaders of the revolution. He had fought to overthrow the Mad King, Theodoric. And my sister had fought alongside him. But she was strong and kind, and always knew what to do. But when the Garleans came, everything changed. My father went to war against them too. And I never saw him again. After that, I remember a lot of running. My sister dragged me for malms and malms until we came to the city of Charlian. That was where she met Master Louis Soir. He introduced her to the Circuit of Knowing, and she eventually became an Archon.
She was your inspiration. Is that not why you took up her mask and her name? Or did you simply mean to continue what she had started?
You've known all along, haven't you? That I wasn't Ida.
Of course. We all recognized you at once. 'Twas Papalimo who persuaded us to maintain the charade.
It was silly to think I could fool you. I knew that even then, but I sort of decided not to know. Ida died 6 years ago, on a mission to smuggle refugees out of Alamigo. They say she was overwhelmed by...
Oh, right, not Minfilia's sister. No, I'm mistaken.
She was so strong. There must have been a lot of them.
I have nothing to add, nothing to say. I'm just keeping my mouth shut. Let's tell a tale as is.
I'm sorry for lying to you. My real name is Lise. When Papalimo brought me Ida's mask, it was meant as a keepsake, but I decided I wanted to be his new partner, to keep alive all the good that she had done. I didn't want to become Ida, exactly. At the time, though, I still didn't know who I was myself, and it almost seemed easier to play the role. Papalimo agreed to help, of course, but it was never what he wanted for me. He wanted me to walk my own path, and those were his final words to me.
So yeah, the mask comes off and Lise reveals her true self. It's no longer walking her sister's shadow.
The Archon's mark he gave me is faded, and my last excuse along with it. So this is it. Whatever I choose to do from now on, I do as Lise. And I choose to continue my family's fight. I want Alamigo to be the country that Ida and my father always wanted it to be.
War is upon us once more.
Do you regret standing against the Empire? Would you have chosen a different road, knowing what you know now?
To claim that I never doubted the decision would be a lie. But I made my choice, and I have defended it with blade in hand ever since.
Thank you for the clarity there, Ed. That makes a lot of sense.
The battle continues, and our steel is needed. Come, Shadow Walker, we leave for the east, for Doma.
And that's that. That's Heavensward. I won't let the entire credits play out. I'll offer some quick thoughts, which is Heavensward, as I've said, feels like a much more confident expansion. Like a more confident main story. Because Realm Reborn, as I said, was Final Fantasy XIV's safe mode. Like, oh god, everything went completely to pot with the very first release of the game, let's keep it safe. And then the Realm Reborn patch quests 2.1 onwards felt like a more confident telling of things to come. And then Heavensward itself was the build, like, the realization of all the build-up with the time we spent Querthus, with Horchifon in particular, and everything else that was going on. And it serves as a very solid anti-war story. I mean, it deals in, like I've said, the Star Trek VI, the Hamlet idea of, like, you know, the undiscovered country. Better to bear the ills we have than those we do not. People who want to continue war forever, rather than the unknown potential of peace. Makes perfect sense. If I had any complaints about Heavensward, I'd say that some of the events of the story don't feel like they had the proper impacts. Like the Grand Melee was supposed to inspire the populace, but we never really get to see the populace's reaction, say, from my memory. But overall, it was rock solid. I mean, for what otherwise was basically an expansion that was set up to have the Knights of the Round be the final boss, the build-up to it was immaculate. And we've got the seeds of things to come, not just for Stormblood, of course, but also for Shadowbringers, undoubtedly. I mean, what happened with the Warriors in Darkness and the nuance that's been added to the idea of light versus dark surely has to play into that. So yeah, Stormblood is to come next, I guess. The calm before the Stormblood! That's right, Pippin, you go fuck those Imperials up, my lad. Thank you for playing the ominous music for my speech. Of course not. We're not going to rebuild things. Why would we do that? I'm trying to sleep here, damn it. I should hope so. It's a whole new expansion we're going to have to plunge into. Bet that'd be bloody interesting. A Stormblood, if you will. And that's it. That's the end of Heavensward. It's behind us. All of the level 60 job quests have now been opened up. And we have the first Stormblood quest to pick up as well. That's it for now, I guess. So I could, in theory, continue a little bit longer, but I'm going to save it for a full-blown stream next week. So I just want to say at this point, thank you so much to everyone who might be watching this either live on VOD, who've been with me from the journey from the beginning, or whether you're catching it just now. I hope you found the commentary and banter insightful and amusing. I hope it's been worthwhile. As I say, will be back next week to start Stormblood in earnest. But from myself, hope you're all doing well. Take care of yourselves. Have a great weekend, and I will see you all very soon. Thank you very much, and good night.